Greetings, citizens. I am your host, Jay Voodoo Child, and this is Manor Lords. I am playing a beta campaign in patch 0.8.035. And in this particular campaign, I'm exploring castle building and the new stone mechanics. I've rolled for a rich deposit of stone to kind of do this on my starting region, and that way I'm kind of avoiding the problems that I experienced in the first campaign. And we're kind of going through to also showcase some of the techniques that we've already kind of adopted into our gameplay and trying to kind of flesh those out a little bit more. Some things of like my policy of always using the maximum amount of labor for anything that has a tool maintenance. That's good on one end, but the kind of reality of the situation is I build up enough logs and they're all out on the ground, and the game will not grab logs from the logging camp first. It will go out to where the logs are on the ground to pull them to where they're needed for a new building. And so while I'm saving tools, I'm wasting on my workforce and having to walk longer distances and wait for an ox and that sort of thing. So, there are issues like that I'm kind of discovering as I play a campaign. Another thought came to me yesterday. Generally, I let the Baron try to expand, and then I'll counteract them and profit off of that. But a large part of my kind of approach to this game is maximum population. And right now I'm sitting at 970 influence, and if I'd gotten to the bandits, if I fought with the bandits in February, I would have been over 1,000. Well, 1,000 is all it takes to get into a new territory, and as long as I didn't spend my money on the retinue to expand it, as we see here, I could have had 250 to expand into a new region and start that population growth there. Now, granted, that's some intense micromanage in different locations, doing different things, and so I can understand that's a little intense. I mean, I'm just playing slow speed right here just to kind of keep an eye on things and do things that, to react to things here. I mean, real-time strategy games are not my forte. I definitely prefer turn-based. So, but, if I am going for maximum pop growth, then I need to start expanding quickly and use those influence things. And I've had a church up for a while, and this particular game I've got spoilage turned off, so right now I have plenty of space in the granary, but this food is just kind of sitting here. So just different things like that I'm kind of factoring in, and as I play more, and sharing that information with you. So I've got one spare pop. I'm not getting 2 month pop growth because I'm under 80%, which is what I'll need to get into that second band of green. So I'm kind of at the old growth rate. But, I definitely don't want to dally around too much. So I have a rich deposit of clay, and because I don't have a good source of barley and shoes, leather for shoes, I'm probably not going to expand to level 3. I'll have to kind of keep an eye out on these, these extended gardens for fruits and vegetables to see if I'm able to collect them during harvest times. General, to get up to that 75, like right now. So during this time, I might want to get more people in the granary, but I don't have spare people because they're working all around. So I'm thinking about doing probably some right here. And instead of kind of building to the roads, I'm building to the view. So I just want 2 doubles down in here. Too steep to build. Okay. Do I want to do my separated? Yeah, let's do that. Actually, I need to put down 2 corpse pits for this plan. I like this standard of using corpse pits for measurements. This is, I'll add in different flavors because one of the aesthetics that I don't like is how close the houses will stack up, and when these get up to level 3s, they're like over the property lines. They're just, clipping onto each other and all. So I'll try and avoid those types of situations. And so I'll use this, but I'll just put in one house and then I'll find a separator. So does that not go all the way over? Okay. All right, so we are going to go, I believe, with you. Yeah, I was supposed to keep that corpse pit there. And we're going to build a road here. So I have a nice separation here. I'll have a nice separation here. And potentially I'll have a nice separation there for that last section. And, you know, I can redo this road. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Well, I'm going to leave these roads up for a while. Once I kind of lock in on what I want to do with the population, then I'll kind of go into aesthetics. And I can take these out right now. Yeah, we'll have some nice housing for our miners. Because look at that view. This is what I was trying to line up for my manor house. Let's kind of get this side. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how this is on the slope. And when we get to the iron, that's going to be something. But yeah, we need to get this saw pit working. Now, when there are logs on the ground and logs being hauled around, then the saw pit will be ignored. But I've got a dedicated ox. You are crafting. So it's just a matter of the distance between my log source, where the logs are on the ground. I think Jacob was our... Okay. Jacob is just... Nope. Yeah, Jacob is heading down here to pick up a loose log someplace. So we've got that going. Now, this particular campaign, I'm not worried about that expansion to get the militia up and running. So we're not going to do all that. I guess we can't get... But yeah, look at this clipping right. Well, they're not clipping yet, but once this gets to a level 3, lots of problems there for both of these buildings. So, like, once I get into the suburbs, if you will, I kind of like having more space in between my plots. I think this will be a nice look. All right, anything else we want to do? We do want to start getting set up for iron mining. And then we gotta get our harvesting set up. So those are going to be our next 2 goals. We've got 2 people working the mushrooms, and it's pretty much... No, we got 4 people. Okay. That is probably too much. So, do we want to move 2 of them down? Yeah, they're just spending too much time. Walking back and forth to home. So let's just get more sheeps in. I think it's about time to demolish you all. And we do need to get these herb gardens going. So maybe on the next one. So, all right, what we're gonna need for... All right, we need 8 there. And probably gonna do 2 communal ovens. So it's 16. And for the mine is going to be another 4, right? Yep. So 20. 6. And then 8 more, so 34. over there and get those herbs going. They require a little bit of plowing, sowing, and that kind of thing. But hopefully I'll have logs down here to build these houses that are kind of, instead of doing this long walk. But yeah, they're still out and about. Also, I need to start thinking about the stone stuff as well. So, what were we at? 34, was it? So, 42. So, yeah, I could do a whole 50. And then there's going to be the blanks to actually do some stuff here. So 15 for that. So yeah, I'm going to need a permanent residence. In that sawmill. And a permanent ox too. All right, we are April. When we get iron up and running, I'm going to have to start converting these over. At least this blacksmith first. So I'm thinking instead of going to the woodcutters, I'm going to send these foresters up to the mine during winter. If I'm not going mercenaries, and somehow I lost a spear. Alright, so these sheep farms are... I don't need you right now. And you're 3. So we can hire them, shear them. In fact, how many sheep do we have? We have 3 sheep. Are you working? You are not. Yeah, you are all full up. Do we have some of you still around? Nope. Oh, let's just put someone new in here. So that's going to be a new labor sink for me. Let's kind of get that wool going. And you are going to be my tailor. We got 16 planks. Let's get that going. Alright, so I need to have enough space for that bloomery. We want to have this up and running now? I don't think so. So this line right here. Prefer the aesthetics of having that up against the road. Alright, yeah, we're good to go there. Did I have an extra new? Okay, where's this at? Oh, is this? Alright, I got chickens all around. Nope. So I wonder if it's time to pull these people. Hmm. All right, so 12 retinue and 19 spearmen against 2 barbarians. I mean, we'll definitely get some crossbows going. Or I could just finish the spears up first. But to do 2 different things requires all 3 buildings, which I'm not keen on converting all at once. All right, 71. So yeah, as you can see, they're working the herb garden. All right, 15. With only 1 worker, we don't necessarily want to start on that big project out there. All right, we've got clay covered. We're gonna do all we have there. Farm can wait. Maybe the next thing is because our regional wealth is going to tank. Are we behind on these houses? I think we are. Alright, where are these people from? Okay. Alright, that's me. Alright, what we're doing: stone, clay, iron, animals, mushrooms. Year 2, May. We max out. I hope I didn't just lose a pop. So 10 and 6 there. Got to 12 planks. Yeah, I think we messed up with the chickens. So I may have to do this whole run again. Let's see how far back my save is. Alright. Where's my one house? I guess this is empty, right? Yeah. Alright, not too far off, I suppose. A week? Alright, one of two there. So, yeah, this is my... So, let's start getting this up. And this up. So I think this ratio is going to be pretty good. 2 wool, 2 weavers, 2 tailors. I can probably drop one of these or just, you know. And this whole kind of side of the mountain is going to be for sheeps. And then this corner over here is all going to be my firewood once I get this completed out. So that works nicely. I'll keep the bloomery here. And I'll start importing iron. Probably need to get a well over here. Let's get that down. I don't know where I want it, but let's just put it here. All right, 14 planks. You are all upgraded. Don't have a sense of whether you're completed working on the herb gardens. Alright, so we got one log up here. I'm gonna need 2 there and 6 total. How are you doing on stones? Oh, that's right. We want to turn off this. All crafting material. All right. My money's going to tank bringing in sheep. Are you going up here? Yeah, I guess no, you're planks. I guess this is just how they walk on the hills. These dogs don't seem to be doing a whole lot of hunting. All right. All right, you got your Persian in there. Chickens. All right. Is it time to do some planning? All right, that's going to be the first stage. Oh, no. No, no, no. Wrong way. So I've got to be looking on the inside for this stuff. Now, if I want to straighten out this, alright, there's that view. And then there's this view. So, I think that's sufficient distance away. Does it keep that? Okay, it keeps that. That's nice. So instead of alright, we've got 2 open houses, right? No, 3. Alright, let's get these doubled up. Now I wonder if I need wider bases to kind of get a full company up there, or full, yeah, unit of retinue. Thinking so. What does that mean? Too steep to build? Don't know what all this means. Alright, that's no longer flashing red. That's flashing red. I'm guessing the flashing red is too steep. Alright, let's take a measurement. Alright, you are all kinds of stuck in there. All right, so we're past the hour. I'm going to end the episode here. Basically, I want to get this retinue out and take a measurement of that wall section to kind of see if we can have 10 people across there and go from there. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. And please share with me your comments on the campaign so far, or anything related to the Manor Lords and the games, some of the techniques that you're using for your campaigns. Curious to hear what other people are doing with this amazing game. So thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.